Hello, I'm Lillian Cordell. I am the author of Miriam's Table, and Miriam was my mum. And I'm actually standing here today with my daughter Amy. We are doing today Dushpara, which is the equivalent of tortellini, but it's a recipe that comes from Bukhara. It's in Uzbekistan, and that's the country where my father was born in 1913. He was there, and he was one of 15 siblings, so they had a big Jewish community. The synagogues were there, they had Jewish schools and families, and their cuisine was very much their culture. We're all going to make it together here. It takes some time.
And it's cooked in a stew or like a soup?
Yes, but you make you cook the pasta in the salted water, and then you pop it into the broth and heat it through and serve it. I remember sitting with Mum and she was doing it. And you're here now.
Yeah.
I'm showing you.
It's all passing down from generation to generation. I remember Grandma making it in the kitchen, rolling it out, and you're going to teach me.
I've moved everything so you can all see in this pot. This has been boiling for quite some hours. So you've got in there the boiler chicken. You've got the shin of beef in there. Yeah. We've chopped up these vegetables, so we're going to put it in the soup. It turns out to be a lovely red soup, and it's so good for you as well. Yeah. I never realised Bukharian food is my father was weaned on it from very young till he died at the age of 92, and Mum I think kept him alive because of all the Bukharian food. So then we put a tablespoon of turmeric in there. So we're going to put the chopped tomatoes in, a chicken stock cube, and I also like to put a beef stock cube in as well. And then we've got to put salt and pepper, and we're going to put it back on the hob.
So we start with?
So 750 grams of plain flour.
Well in the middle.
It says 2 eggs beaten. Okay. For some reason I can't get to my fork over there, so we'll just have to...
Improv. So we go from like the middle.
Yes, lovely.
And then we like mix it a little bit, so it's like bit by bit.
Lovely.
And we bring in the outer, mix it in, all with your hands. Everything is with the hands. But just keep drizzling it in, there we go.
So I'm going to dust it gently. Does this work for you?
Beautiful. And now we can get both hands in here.
Look at that. If you feel that the dough is feeling
what do you think?
Oh, it's feeling good, Amy. Very good. So we need to let it rest. So I've got a pound of mincemeat. I've also chopped up one, and she always used to cook with Spanish onions, these big onions with the brown skin. But we then pop that in together. We put some salt on it, but more important, the black pepper. Her foolproof recipe for doing some mincemeat is the meat, the onions, and then she used to add 1 egg and then egg yolk, not the egg white.
Why just the egg yolk?
Because she said it doesn't make it hard. It makes it very soft. Okay, so here we go. Oh, it feels really elastic.
How should it feel?
Should it have this elastic consistency? Okay. But we want to cut it into 3 portions. It feels really lovely.
It does. It feels very like elasticy and springy.
That's it. So now we've got this dough, and then we just over one more time. And then once it gets to this position in terms of size of it, we're going to use one of those sticks.
Ooh.
So you want to just roll it out like this, and what you're trying to do is make it bigger, okay? Oops. So we're going to pick it up and roll it. Just gently roll it.
And what's the reason for doing this?
Because we're going to cut it into strips.
Ah, clever.
And then we're just going to
what's the size? How big should they be?
So we've got about sort of a 2 inch. This is the way Mum used to do it. And then we'd end up with piles of square pasta.
So Grandma was the only one that came to England, wasn't she, out of the siblings?
Yes.
And Grandpa?
Yes.
So all the rest of the family is essentially still in Israel?
They were all in Israel, America, South America, and therefore they had their house in London, so it was the only Bukharian home. And I do remember people coming over, Mum making all this food for all the family, that I'd have to sort of stand up in bar mitzvahs and sing the lovely Russian song, Na Kafkazi Yeskara, Samaya Balshaya, Podgairoti Shotkura, Mutnaya Takaya, Yesli Nagaruzales, Yesli Oprasatsa, Ochinova Shamsov, yes, Yesli Oprasatsa, Minarod Kafkaski, Lubim, Lubofilaski, Yachad, Ananu Glaski, Nibodim Donoi Chadid, Itashit Kinjali, We're ready to start filling them up.
So tell me, how do we do this?
But you just put a really small amount. Now this is the special bit. This is the Dushpara making of. So what we do is, and it's like riding a bike, I don't think you ever forget how to do it. You put your thumb in the middle and you fold it up like that. And then you get it, you turn it, you fold it over, press it down, and that's your dushpara. You've got to fold this bit over, which gives you that sort of pleat at the back.
All right. I feel like my hands are too big for this.
So there you go.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
All right, so
See, my mother wouldn't have said that's not bad. She would have said, nah, it's okay.
I fold over.
Fold it round and press. Lovely. Oh, I'm excited to eat these. They look so gorgeous. You see, so I'm going to die a happy lady.
Because my daughter can roll out some dough.
Why not? Le dovado, generation to generation.
Absolutely, le dovado. Tell me about like Bukharian culture. Like, who are Bukharians? Are they loud? Are they family orientated?
They are. They're sort of on the corner of China and Russia.
I went to a non-Jewish school, so all my friends were like from all other different cultures. And my bar mitzvah, I just remember being mortifiedly embarrassed. Like, it was awful.
Really?
Like, all my family, they come out in these like big costumes and with the John Mayers and the drums
and the
all dancing.
Fabric.
Yeah, like the most colourful, loudest family. And I was just like, at that age, it was just mortifying.
Oh,
I was so embarrassed. Now it's I love it.
Embarrassing, but then I think as you grow up, you really appreciate how unique you are and how different you are, and embrace it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's wonderful. They've got the most amazing culture in terms of language, food, music. Their music is just very evocative. My father used to play the doire, which is I'll show it to you. It's a massive tambourine, but I'm not sure what skin this is. But my dad used to put it over a hob, because once it gets warm, it's got a lovely sound to it. So this is a gorgeous one. So he used to sort of play the doire. I can't do it, but there was a definite rhythm to it. And then we dance, and look, I never noticed that, but he's written Abramov. And that's his handwriting. Oh wow, that's quite amazing, isn't it? So as it's boiling, we've got in the soup, you can see chickpeas, tomatoes, celery, onions, leeks. I'm gonna cover it. So we just let it, and we know when it's cooked, it actually raises up. Here it is, look how perfect that is.
That is perfect.
Can you see that? When I was younger, Mummy used to say, go on, you taste it. I said, okay.
Yeah?
Al dente, you know that.
You like it al dente though, that's
yes.
beer.
And it's got lovely salty, meaty, dushpara-y, pasty, yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, lovely!
Yummy.
Amy, we've got to cut some coriander quickly.
Okay. You've got the chicken, the beef,
Yes.
chickpeas, everything in there.
Yeah, let's just put a bit more. There we go.
Fab.
Okay, and that's it.
All right, so
Oh, cheers.
it's delicious. It's just so nostalgic to me. It's comforting, it's warm, it's fantastic.
You have to have a shot of vodka.
What's l'chaim in Bukharian?
Nazdrovia.
Nazdrovia.
Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm exhausted, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So Nazdrovia.
Lovely.
Lovely.